everything. They switch when they can't get over a screen, and the unique thing about them, they have the ability to have their fours and fives play your ones and twos because they're very quick laterally, and that's the advantage that they have.
You look at their team, and preseason coaches, you guys didn't vote them at the top. The writers missed them. What did everybody miss about Cincinnati that they've been able to do and have them in the position they're in?
Well, I think you had four teams that you could flip a coin. You know, you had Louisville, Cincinnati, Connecticut, and Memphis, all with returning players that have a lot of experience. So I don't think they really knew who to pick out of those four teams. But Cincinnati has three seniors and a junior, and they have a young man who's going to get over 2,000 points coming up, and so they remind me. I've said this many times of Wichita State. The way they play defense, the way they rebound, they're much better offensively than they've been in the past. They do a lot of good things. They really hurt us with the pick and roll, crucial situations. Our point guard didn't block out, and they got crucial baskets because of it.
Rick, what do you think you learned from your guys after that last game with them?
Well, we didn't defend. We're a better defensive team now than we were back then, but we really got hurt with their pick and roll, and they hurt us on the backboard. We hurt them with the press.
Is that what this game tomorrow is kind of all about? Can your press really get to them more than them?
We don't usually press as much on the road as we do at home, but we will press some.
Why do you think your guys? Is it focus on the road? I mean, you're so good on the road. Why is that? Do you feel like?
I think we've always had a mentality, and we preach it, that regardless of who you play, if you get in a ring and you don't put your hands up to block somebody's punch, you're going to get knocked out. And we've always realized that when you're on the road, regardless of what anybody says, you're an underdog. So we've always played with our guard up, that we had to play extremely well, and we've done that at home. I mean, it's we don't look past anybody. We play everybody really, really hard. That doesn't mean we're going to win every game, but I think we've said this over and over as we lead into the Kentucky game, that we prepare no different than Kentucky or Houston. It's really true. Mm-hmm. We don't show any different emotions. We don't say anything different. We just go about meticulously planning for showing great respect for our opponent and trying to do the same things. So the players never notice any difference in the way we prepare for an opponent. So I think that pays huge dividends for a team.
How much do you think you'll find out about this team over the next two? I mean, there's some national pundits who are saying you're the best team in the country based off your last 5 wins.
Who's saying that?
Dan Dockich did. He said, he thinks you're the team to beat. So coming off the 5 wins against the lesser, teams in the AAC, now that you have a schedule that's stacked
I don't
up
think,
there.
Ken, I think you've been around basketball and you know it a little bit, so I don't think you judge by who you're playing. It's the way you play the game. And, if the game is played, if the ball movement's great, if the cutting's great, if the screening's great, if the rotations are great, regardless of who you're playing good basketball. And so this is not football where you try to run up the score so you don't lose in the rankings. It's not right. That way. This is basketball where you play everybody when you have a lead and you back off a little bit. But when you back off and you're still playing well, then it speaks very well about your basketball team. Now, I don't think it's going to tell anything. I think what's going to tell is come March. It's when March comes around, if we're continuing to play better basketball, like I haven't been excited until the last 10 days. I really haven't been. I try to look for a silver lining in every cloud. And I just didn't like this team defensively. I've said it from day one. Well, the last 10 days, they're coming together and doing better things. So it's very encouraging. I've always liked our offense. I like what they do. They share the basketball. They move the basketball.
After the Houston game, you were especially disappointed with the way guys were getting in the lane. How much of that is one defender? How much of it is the whole team?
Well, I always use this expression. So if I'm guarding Tim and coach is yelling, deny, deny, deny. You get up the lane, you deny the guy the ball, and then you get beat back door. And the coach yells, why'd you get beat back door? Well, if you're going to deny, you're going to get beat back door. Well, it's the same thing. If you expect your guards to go out and pressure the ball, they're going to get beat. the key is, I've always felt the key to zone, man, press, whatever you play, is that 2 play 1, 3 play 2, 4 play 3, and 5 play 4. That while I'm playing Russ, I always have an eye on this man, so we always rotate early rather than rotate late. Well, we were rotating late constantly. Cincinnati killed us with pick and rolls because we rotated late up on the pick and rolls every time. And that's all they were running at crucial parts of the game. So we're going to always pressure the basketball. We have to rotate early. In the last 10 days, we've been doing that.
Given the timing between this and the conference tournament, is there anything you hold back or any wrinkles that you don't want to implement quite yet?
I think you don't hold back because you're trying to win a conference. I think you add wrinkles come NCAA time. When everybody has, 25 films, that's a time to add 2 or 3 different wrinkles offensively and defensively so they're not prepared for it.
For NCAA, not for
Right,
the conference
not
tournament?
for conference play.
I mean, the conference tournament.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about NCAA.
Okay.
Is where I like to add some wrinkles.
All right, so the Cincinnati, if you see Cincinnati and Memphis, they will see much the same.
90%. We're going to change certain out of bounds plays. We're going to change. Mick knows us and we know him. So we're going to change little things. I'm sure he's going to change his press offense. We're going to change certain subtle things based on the film of the way we played each other.